Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today we're taking a break from the Thargoid War, which seems to be monopolising everything. I want to focus on a particular ship, the Type-10 Defender. Now, the Type-10 Defender in Elite Dangerous boasts a fascinating backstory, deeply intertwined with the lore of interstellar politics. But don't let that put you off. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm only joking. The ever-present threat of galactic conflict spawned this ship. The Type-10 story really begins not with the roar of cannons, but with the hum of cargo containers. Its predecessor and the base for the Type-10 was, of course, the LAKON Type-9 Heavy, a mainstay in civilian space for decades. Let's face it, since it came into the game, if you want to move things from A to B in quantity, you know, that Type-9 is for you. A lot of people also use the cutter if you want a little bit of oomph, but if you haven't unlocked that cutter, then the Type-9. Anyway, we're digressing. This is all about the Type-10 really. The Type-9 became a workhorse for independent haulers and established training companies alike. But when the Thargoids turned up and the Thargoid threat became more prevalent, the Alliance stepped in. The peaceful existence of that Type-9 being a transport ship was then shattered, as the Thargoids stuck their nose in our affairs. Or do we stick our nose in theirs? Thargoid aggression escalated and the Alliance answered the call. This galactic power is known for its defensive approach and recognised a critical need for a defence platform. Hence, the Type-10 was born. LAKON Spaceways was the approved manufacturer for the Alliance Type-10, a prominent ship manufacturer with a unique proposition. They wanted a heavy armoured warship built upon the foundation of the Type-9. LAKON, ever the pragmatist, saw only a chance to serve the Alliance, but also potential goldmine. This goldmine was to use Type-9 base, fill it full of weapons, make it defensible, away you go. Therefore, the Type-10 Defender was born. LAKON engineers meticulously transformed the civilian freighter. They reinforced the already strong hull with military-grade composites, cutting down on the award-winning cargo capacity. This created an unparalleled level of armour and protection. The spacious cargo hold, while reduced, in part, was still there, so you could still pick up some things, although it wasn't what you call a dedicated trader like what it used to be. It did give you a unique advantage for extended deployments, for example, if you wanted a hold full of limpets. Most importantly, however, LAKON replaced the cargo bays as well with numerous hardpoints, turning that Type-9 into a bristling weapons platform. So while LAKON spearheaded the engineering, the Alliance also played a critical role in the development of the Type-10. Alliance military strategists identified the ideal weapon placements and defensive systems, ensuring the ship could withstand the brutal assaults of Thargoid weaponry. But it's not all about the Thargoids, right? A lot of people have made successful away from keyboard builds around about the Type-10 Defender, arming it with turrets, engineered pulse lasers, thermal vent, loads of armour. You can park your ship in a pirate zone, for example, a combat zone, fill your hold with limpets and a bit of platinum to tempt them in, and just let the turrets auto-focus on anyone attacking you. Anyway, the collaboration between LAKON's engineering prowess and the Alliance military expertise resulted in this Type-10 Defender. It became a symbol of the Alliance resilience and resistance against the imposing Thargoid threat. Its imposing presence on the battlefield served as a little bit of a deterrent, you could say, to potential aggressors and a beacon of hope for any beleaguered systems, while not without its limitations. Flagged as a tin can or a flying plate, you could say, even though it had loads of firepower and armour, it handled like an articulated lorry with no wheels. The Defender's legacy, though, extends beyond that Thargoid conflict. As I've mentioned, it's become a popular choice for commanders seeking a heavily armoured platform for various tasks and missions. From high-risk mining expeditions to close-quarters combat and bounty hunting. And as I've already mentioned, away from keyboard, you can just pull one of those in there, equip it with a fighter for a little bit of backup for those sneaky people you can't get hold of, fit it full of turrets, and just park it in a combat zone and just let the pirates come to you. This Type 10 Defender is indeed a testament to ingenuity and adaptation, and continues to serve as a testament to LAKON's engineering. With many more variants being released to Elite Dangerous, and one of those being the Type 8, will we see a Type 10 Defender Type 2 or a Type 11? Who knows what's going to come down the line? Either way, I thought I'd discuss this particular build, and this is my Steel Rain build. I've kitted this out with multi-cannons. Multi-cannons only. Not a beam laser or any other weapon in sight. It's kitted out with so much armour. I'm surprised it can take off the landing pad, and I'm going to take it bounty hunting. So straight off the bat, after all that waffle and lore about the Type 10 Defender, which you could say was one of the original variants, and we all like a few variant ships in Elite Dangerous now, what with the Python out, causing all the stir, I thought I'd take you through the Steel Rain all-machine gun build Type 10. So this is my Steel Rain build. As you can see, I've gone for multi-cannons. No turrets here, I've gone for gimbaled ones, which may put me at a bit of a disadvantage. However, I've got them all modified with high capacity magazines, so hopefully I'm not going to run out of lead. Moving on to utility mounts. A chaff launcher, a point defense turret, a kill warrant scanner for all those bounties I hope to get. Point defense, yet again, some shield boosters that have got heavy duty shield boosters on them as well to help with the shield. Moving into core internal, military composite, I could put some engineering on here. I'm using some of those Guardian modules that have become so unfashionable, but I'm not taking this into battle with the Thargoids. This is strictly human engagement. Thrusters, I've gone, yes, for the 7A with dirty drive tuning. I could also have drag drives on there as well, with frame shift drives to help me get around with increased frame shift drive range. If anything, I would put probably mass manager on that as well, if not deep charge. Moving on to life support, yeah, lightweight. Don't know really why I did that, to be fair, but I've got a 5A in there. Power distributor is on charge enhanced, and why not? With the sensors, long range, and of course a fuel tank for all that go-go juice. Next up in the optionals, this is where it gets interesting. I went out and I unlocked Aisling Duval's prismatic shield generators for most of my ships as well before the new changes to power play happened. Although to be fair, you could go with bi-weaves here and benefit from that quicker recharge rate. To help me pick up some stuff and some swag that I'm going to be picking up for my bounties, I've got a universal multi-limpet controller, 7A. Now this is going to afford me not only collector limpets, but also hatch braking, and hey, let's face it, repair limpets. That's what I really need. Got a fighter hangar in there, 6D, and we'll come on to the fighters in a minute. Cargo rack with 32 tons of capacity in the class 5. The rest I have gone for hull, shield and module reinforcements here. Frameshift drive booster, just to give that frameshift drive that little bit of a helping hand, and a fuel scoop in case things go horribly wrong. But to pull those people out of frameshift, we can just go around and just interdict them with this frameshift drive interdictor. Detailed surface scanner, an advanced docking computer because I'm lazy, and an advanced planetary approach suite. In the fighter bay, I've got a good old Condor, because no one uses the Condors, right? So I've gone for some Condors, and I got a Taipan for AX. But to be fair, that Taipan really should be replaced, so I'm not taking it in to do anything on the AX. I think what we'll do is we'll go with That one. 2 plasmas, chaff, slow but tougher. We'll buy and equip that one. There we go. And this one here, pulse, heatsink. We can replace that one and put something a little bit tastier in there. 2 fixed plasma, gimbaled pulse, gimbaled beam. It's got to be gimbaled beam, isn't it? Let's just plonk that in there as well. And there you have it. That's my Steel Rain build in all its glory. Got my fighters, got my ship. I'm ready to go and do some bounty hunting. So a quick couple of little tests. I've dropped into the nav beacon area and there's a couple of naughty commanders in Cobras. Hardly what you call a challenge for a ship of this caliber, but it did indeed dispatch them with virtually no problem at all, as you would expect for a mostly harmless commander. However, I thought I'd up the ante a little bit as well and then move in to a little bit of bounty hunting. There was some guy who was knocking about in a Federation gunship, that sort of thing. Proved a little bit more of a challenge, but not that much for a ship like this. The machine guns tore through the shields and then, quite honestly, tore through the hull. Now this commander here, or NPC should we say, obviously had the speed and manoeuvrability advantage over my flying dinner plate. However, you know, it was quite the manoeuvrability challenge, but as soon as the guns got his shields down, that was it. He was out of there no matter what armour he had. I mean, master level, again, not really that much of a challenge for this type of ship, but it did prove a point that an all steel build that I've got was pretty good for my ship. Anyway, that was my Steel Rain build. Take a look at the rest of the combat if you want. I might be using it on some bounty hunting missions. Of course, the problem you've got with all machine gun builds, you've got to have them engineered up with high capacity magazines and then any other additional experimental effects on there will give you that extra bonus as well. It's good bit of fun, and let's face it, it's not always about the Thargoid War. Hang around, watch the combat if you want to. I'm not that good at combat, I'm sure you'll have some pointers for me, but either way, I've been Ricardo. Thanks very much for watching this Steel Rain build and the history of the LAKON Type-10 Defender, one of the original in-ship variants. I'll see you soon.
Destroyed. Programming limpet drone.